Hi, this is Lovejoy Yoga Therapy with Michelle, and I'm Michelle. Welcome to the first edition of Tips on Tuesdays, where from now on I'll be posting every Tuesday helpful tips for your health and your well-being. For those of you that have been following me on Facebook and Instagram, you might recall that for over 2 years, I posted every week tips on Tuesdays where I wrote detailed descriptions of yoga poses and their various benefits of regular practice of them. So what better way than to share that with you here on video? And if you want to stay connected with me on social media, you're welcome to check out the links which are on my channel. So for today's tip, I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favorite go-to poses. This stretch really helps to alleviate stress, really a lot of tension. If you have upper back pain, or even if you have tight shoulders or you carry a lot of tension in between the shoulder blades, this is an awesome stretch to counterbalance that. Most upper back pain actually doesn't originate from the upper back. It comes from the front of the body, from the pecs. They tend to get very tight. So you might even notice with our day-to-day activities that they tend to force us to naturally hunch over, like when you are texting on your phone, if you are sitting all day at a desk and you're typing on a computer, even driving, it naturally forces the shoulders to round forward. So this will help to open that right back up and really stretch open the front of the body to release any tension in the upper back. If you are dealing with breast cancer and are undergoing any sort of treatment, this is a gentle enough stretch that really helps to open everything up and get the energy flowing in a nice way. So to begin, I'm going to show you 2 different variations of doing this today. The first one, we're going to be using Mexican blankets. I love using them. They are awesome for restorative yoga. As you can see, the blanket has a nice thickness to it, and they've got a good weight, so they really support you. I get my Mexican blankets on sunshineyoga.com. I'll include a link for you below if you want to go check that out. And if you are just really wanting to try this stretch out when you get home today and you're like, I don't have time to be ordering blankets right now, I just want to go into this, I'm going to show you another variation using the very pillows that you sleep on at night. So for this one, I'm going to unroll this blanket just so you can see how we roll it together and you can get it right. Good. So this is the blanket unfolded about halfway. And you're going to fold it one more time so that it is in quarters. So you got a nice quarter roll right here. You're going to lay it out and flatten it. This part is super important, how you roll it. You want to keep it nice and flat and smooth so you don't get any lumps in it. That way you don't have an uneven stretch. So you're going to start by making a nice tight roll and smoothing out the edges as you go and flattening it forward as you go as well, just so that we can get those lumps out. So keep smoothing it, smoothing the edges. Good. And from there, I'm going to show you the variation. We're going to roll the blanket only about 3/4 of the way today. If you have an especially tight back or tight shoulders, I would suggest really starting with the roll about halfway rolled up and not all the way. All the way will give you a deeper stretch, but I'm going to show you the reason why we want to start smaller. So once that's flat, you're going to swing your legs around and keep your knees bent, soles of the feet on the ground. We're going to be lowering ourselves across this roll. So where this roll, you want this roll to end up right at the bottom edge of your shoulder blades. So ladies, that's about where your bra line is. Men, I don't expect you to know where that is. Just factor it in. It's right underneath your nipples, okay? So from here, tuck your chin into your chest. This helps to protect any strain as you lower yourself down. You're gonna lower yourself and align the blanket so it's right at that point that we talked about. And you're gonna feel a sensation. It should feel really good to you when you lower down. If it's uncomfortable, you might need to slide yourself down a little further or slide yourself back up towards the blanket that you have to support your head. So really you're gonna find that sweet spot and just where you can kind of go, you're gonna feel this release. Next important part, I see a lot of people when we first start this pose that they keep their arms on top. That's really not going to allow you to open up the way we want to open up. So bring the arm right above the roll and rotate your palms facing up. That helps to externally rotate your shoulder blades. So the reason I have the roll a little bit smaller here is because it helps the shoulders, the tops of the shoulders graze the earth. When you have the roll super big, the tops of the shoulders might not touch the earth, and that can cause some added strain in your neck. So you really want this to be a relaxing and restorative stretch. So starting smaller is always better. Adjust the pillow or the blanket underneath your head, palms are facing up. And you have variations with your legs. First variation, if your back is tight, I suggest starting with your knees bent. Separate your feet more than hip distance apart and let the knees rest against each other so you don't have to hold your legs up. If you want to go into the full variation of this stretch and it feels okay for your back, you're welcome to stretch your legs out straight and just let the feet flop to the side. Completely relax them. If you're feeling particularly adventurous and you want to go into a hip opener, you're always welcome to bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees open up on either side. So long as you don't feel any strain in your hips or in your knees during this stretch. Otherwise, just bring your legs to wherever they feel best for you and then come to a completely relaxed state by focusing on your breath. So this pose really increases the elasticity of the lungs. You're going to notice your breath nice and deep here. See if you can try breathing in and out through the nose. Each in-breath, you're going to feel the chest expand, the ribs expand, the heart open. And each exhale, let your shoulders just soften and melt a little bit more deeply. Feel how the earth supports you. And you can stay here as long as you feel comfortable. When you're ready to come out, simply bend your knees again if they're not already, roll to your side, and then prop yourself up. Okay? So for the second variation, if you want to get right to it and you are not going to order a blanket just yet, we're just going to chuck this to the side. There we go. And we're going to get our trusty pillows. So pillows, really, really worth investing in some good pillows because sleep is everything. So for today, I'm going to be using a firmer pillow to support the head. And then a softer pillow. This is like a feather bed pillow, so it has a little bit of give, which you kind of want for this variation. You're going to create almost like the roll that you did, just kind of tuck it under. And I know it looks a lot bigger right now than where the head is going to be, but because it's a feather pillow, it's going to have like a lot of nice give, so you're going to kind of melt right into it. So same thing. Swing your legs around. Tuck your chin into your chest. Lower yourself down until you find the bulk of the pillow underneath that sweet spot. So you might need to adjust a little bit and just kind of tuck it under and just really feel how the chest opens up. Let the other pillow support your head and your neck. Bring the palms up, facing up, and take whichever variation of the legs feels best for you. Allow your body to relax. Notice your breath. Again, breathing in and out through the nose if you can. And I'm already feeling so relaxed, I don't even want to get up from this. But when you're ready to get up, you're going to bend your knees, roll to the side just like you did, and come up. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments if you are trying out this pose, what it felt like for you. You can subscribe to the channel below so that you can keep up to date with other helpful tips and things that I'm going to be sharing with you. So I will see you soon. Take care.